Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and I hope everyone who applies to the mother category had a very special day on Sunday for those in the U.S. And if you're in another country and Mother's Day is on a different day, well, you have to let me know when that is. But I took some time yesterday and just enjoyed my day of peace of it being a Sunday, and I needed a break because I have been working on a few things lately, and sleep is always an issue. I have new neighbors apparently, I think, and they're fairly quiet, which is nice and lovely. They do have a dog, so I hear the little pitter patter of the feet running around. I heard a bark, so I'm good with that. And I don't mean, anybody else that has children or anything going along. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. I understand and appreciate stuff happens, but when you live above somebody, you have to be mindful of the things you do. And when you are constantly dropping things or dragging things and all that neat stuff, people below you can hear you. I try to be quiet. I know I'm not. At times. There are just things in life that happen, and well, it gets the better of me. But I do try to keep the volume of things and the activity of things within certain ranges of hours. But there you go. I have a different perspective than most people, so there's that. But yes, we can all be happy and rejoice, and I give thanks that I have a neighbor with a pet and not screaming, yelling, knockdown fighting, running around children, or outrageous music or other things going on. So I'm good. They can stay. I hope they stay for a while. I like peace. I like quiet. I actually have the on the other side of me, the next door neighbor. One has been here a while and I doubt is going to move, but like us, is going to be long term. But the one next door, the individual moved, and there's a new couple of people, and they're fairly quiet. So this is good. Anyway, I'm just at that stage where for me, well, no, I'm going to be honest. I've never really liked the screaming and yelling of kids, and I don't think that that it has to do with not letting children be children. Children can play, but just because you're outside doesn't mean that you need to use your outside voice, because well, there's a point to a certain decibel, and when some individuals don't get that concept explained to them, they're just loud all the time, and then they think that that's okay to be that way, and it's not. I mean, you can play outside and you can play with your friends, and you can because there have been people who have been out near the pool, and to be honest, they were playing and having a good time, and I didn't really notice all that much, and it was perfectly fine. They were having a good time, and I'm happy they were having a good time. It's just that there's other groups that gets out there, and no matter what you do, you're just constantly hearing that ear-piercing squeal that you just kind of want to go knock it off. Anyway, I digress, and I'll get back to the point. I received the Mother's Day prize from Beetles, that they were sending out a kit, and I am ever so grateful and appreciative of this, because this is something that was on my list to get and do and start exploring. And so I have a completely different perspective now of things, of actually having played with it and used it. And I guess I've been spoiled with other things. And again, this is nothing wrong, because I understand these are probably not products that Beetles is actually creating themselves. I'm sure they're buying them from other companies or whatnot. But I remember back in the day, a really long time ago, I'm going to say multiple decades ago, that before nail art was a thing, that just trying to do the French on your own. I mean, I know Sally Hansen had a kit that was the French tip style, and it came with the stickers that you could put on your nails to be able to achieve the look. And I could never quite get it to work right because the stickers really didn't keep the line straight. And I had to learn how to do, because for me it was like, hey, this needs to look nice and not just all, polish everywhere. So I did learn how to do it freehand, and I've seen other people now share easier ways to complete the process, and you're like going, wish I would have thought about that. But again, I didn't really have anybody showing me. There wasn't YouTube or anything out there. There wasn't an internet out there. It was just kind of like I had no one and nothing. I had a box which had really bad, I mean, it was a small box that probably was the size of this. Pretty much that's about it held the polish, and it held these little tiny pictures with words. And it came with the ingredients, so there wasn't anything to go watch or, to see the demonstration of how it should have been done. And it just didn't work all that well. So like I said, I had to learn how to freehand it a long time ago. And I'm not good at the freehand stuff. I never really have been that fantastic at it. I'm good at the creative and the art, so if you give me the supplies and things, then I can make stuff be kind of cute. But it all depends on how well the ingredients worked. And so the kit came with these bows. These were easy, and I really liked being able to do the different, the aspect of this. Maniology does have the different plates that work with that, which I think is super cute. So here is the little bow that I was able to do. And then it came with the extras was the little pearls and the rhinestones. And so that one was super easy and took me all of 5 seconds to create. And that was probably the easiest one of the bunch. I'm just telling you. So then I went to go do I have it handy here nearby? Because I did try to move stuff because I'm getting a little overcrowded. Oh, here it is. And then there's the sticker sheet that came on the cardboard. And I thought, oh, those are cute, because Maniology also has the similar designs to this. And well, the stickers that Maniology does is they're a lot thicker and a lot easier to use. The first one I pulled off that was kind of like this burst of all the parts, it crumbled, it cracked, it came undone. I had to get really careful with it, and yeah, that was not a fun part. And then it did not show up as well as I thought it would on the nail. I mean, I tried to do one because I had it in the tweezers that came in the kit. And this was nice that they sent this. I really appreciate that this had this in it, because this helped be able to, so I could hold on to it and put it in front of, and I was going to do it over black, but it didn't seem like it was going to pop as much as I wanted it to, so I changed my mind and thought, oh, we'll put it over the red. And no, it didn't. It just didn't. I'm not happy about that. I think it's cute, but anyway. So yeah, I need to figure out something different on the scope of that. I tried to use a couple of the specialty polishes that they had on the black, and again, it just was not coming up the way I had hoped. So we added implements, and I'm not thrilled with it, but it was an attempt. So I tried multiple things. This is one of the pink glitters polishes, and then I also used the top coat over it to kind of get some extra shimmer. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play with figuring out, like I did with everything else with Maniology. So again, I did one of the pinks, and then I did the top coat over it to give it a little bit of sparkle, and then I glued on the pearls on that one. And it's kind of hard to see and hold on to them with the tweezers at the same time. So I was hoping to get a different alignment of that, but again, dexterity and other things going along. I did manage to get this one to work. I think this one's kind of turned out cute with the hearts, but again, I had to I really had to play with getting that to figure out. So it's the learning skill. It's the new set of things that I have not used before. So it's that learning curve. And then I wanted to use the images off of this plate. And well, Maniology did one a Tuesday Live probably about a month ago of the differences between stamping polish and the differences between stamping polish and gel polish, and the stuff that they were talking about was so true. I mean, seriously, this is not a dig against Beetles. Beetles is a nice little polish, and I really am understanding why some people enjoy doing the acrylic on the colors of the way that the polish does apply, and then the texture after the cure. And so again, I'm still in the learning phase of this, and I'm not ready to do it on me, so I'm still just going to do art on tips. But doing this with the red is the well, both shades are from Beetles, but I was trying to use that the image I wanted. My original words are hard. My original interest was to do just a couple of the stripes, and that wasn't going to go. So then I went to go do with the whole this part, and that didn't. I had to freehand this to be able to make it look like this. And the trying to think of the word, the brushes I have were not compatible. So there's that. And the reason I have the little pads around the edges so you can see it, because the lid is black, so the contrast of you won't be able to see the nail image that I realized when I was taking pictures because of the shading. It just doesn't compare that well to be able to be seen. And I put them on the bottles just because I wanted them to be able to, stand up so that you could see them, because otherwise they're laying at an angle and you can't see the imagery in the pictures. But so here as just an up close this was my first attempt at nail art, and yeah, this is fun to play with. And I just saw they have some new summer releases that are going on my Wish library that you have no idea how much I want to be able to get them, because they are super cute. In it's an entire collection of stuff, and ooh la la. Unfortunately, it's about $130 before tax and shipping and anything else going on. So that's going to need to wait a minute, and I hope they have enough still available by the time I'm able to get there. Because I'm like you, I'm on a budget. And, again, I keep talking about, being responsible and frugal with the things that you're doing because times are hard. So I hope you had a wonderful day. And again, in my message to those that are mothers, and I hope you had the day that you had hoped for, that you deserve to have the day with your family in the manner that you personally want to have. Because to be honest, there's some of us who would like to have peace and quiet and have other people go handle the day. And then there are others who are like, oh no, I want to be knee deep in that stuff. Bring the family, bring the fun, bring the chaos. So, to each their own. What makes you happy, it's your time, and I hope you got that. If you don't have actual children, but you are a fur parent, that still applies. I hope that, your day, your children are not going to be able to go off and be the same as actual human children, but the love and the bond is still there, and I hope that you enjoyed your day. If you didn't want to have children, and that's your choice, and you're happy being child free on Mother's Day. I'm glad that you have your opportunities to do whatever it is that appeals to you, and that you got to celebrate with those that you care about in the manner that you choose to do. If you had wanted to be a mother, my heart goes out to you if you were not able to be. I hold you in my prayers and my love and my embrace, that somehow those things that are, whatever your situation is, healed. And I say this specifically, Mystic Cat, in one of the groups that we're in, and Mystic Cat is a follower of Maniology that I met through the Maniology community, and she did advise that some people getting the Happy Mother's Day being said to some people could be incredibly painful. So if you're in that category, please be kind. Please have empathy and understanding for those around you, because right now the world needs a lot more love. We need everybody to put aside their differences and their hatred for what it is that offends you, and we all need to find a way to become a civilization, a community of caring people. And do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company Club recruit you, because they're always recruiting, even though they might not know it and don't know that they're actually in the club. I hope all the best for everybody out there. I love each and every one of you who has been my supporter, my follower, my cheering section, and helping to guide me along this wild and wacky journey of doing our nail art, and caring for ourselves, because this is self-care. This is a way to pamper yourself, because not everybody can go to a salon. Not everybody wants to go to a salon. And sometimes to do it yourself, to go and have somebody do this for me would not be the same thing for me. But there was a study done that suggests that those who get their nails done are happier people. And the study suggests that it needs more studies to fully understand the implications and the impacts of everything that affects women the way that it does. So thank you, Mystic Cat, for reminding me to include the extras in this, because just because somebody celebrates a certain function of things, an event in life, doesn't mean that it applies to everybody. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.